Hello everyone. So very good evening. So just a minute. Let me share my screen. Okay, yes. So in last sessions, what we have done. Okay. So we saw that. So how to work with user stage, right? So in Snowflake, in the first session, we have loaded the data directly by using user interface, right? User interface option. So so we went to our Snowflake account. So then, so we have used, so this, just a minute. Okay, went to database. Then here we have clicked on the table again. So here we have used this load table option, right? This is the thing what we have done in the Snowflake first session when we are loading the data by using user interface option. These are the user interface options. Okay. Now, so what is the other way? So in user interface option, we have a limitation, right? When you try to click load the data, so we cannot able to load more than greater than 50 MB file, right? So to overcome that, so what we are doing, so we came to our user stage, the stages by using CLI option, command line interface option. So here mainly why we will come here to implement put and get. These two things will not put, we saw that put and get will not work in user interface. That's why we connected to Snow CLI or Snow SQL account. Then so we saw that how to work with a user stage. When you are loading the data from the file to stage, then stage to the table. So what is the intention behind keeping the files in a stage? The Snowflake will not allow directly loading the file to the table. First, we will keep that into stage area, then only to the table. So the main intention behind the stage is you can restrict the files at the same time. So you can validate, so you can implement a cleansing activities. All these things we can use in stage areas. We can able to implement those things in stage areas. Now coming to this, so we have three types of stages. One is user stage. Another one is table stage. Another one is named stage. User stage, table stage, named stage. In user stage, what we saw that, so when it is will be available automatically, no need to create. But restriction is other users cannot able to see the files. So for example, I am one user, you are another user in same project. So with my user, I logged in and then I kept on some files in my stage area. You will not have access to that particular files. So it is restricted to other users. So that's why we will use a user stage. Now the same way, we have a table stage. Every table which we created here, every table will have table stage area. By default, this is the Snowflake 5 is the user. So we saw that we connected with so other user also, and then we saw that how it will work. Now here, so every table will have table stage area. Table stage, user stage, no need to create. By default, it will be created in your Snowflake account when user is available, when you created a table. Now, if you want to see that the particular stage, user stage or table stage, how you will see list at the rate tilt. This means this is user stage. If you want to see the table stage, when you created a table, by default, table stage area will be available. List at the rate, syntax will be percentage. What is the table name? emp underscore, for example, detail. So this is one table, right? When you run this, so this one, you have a stage area, but we don't have anything here. right? We don't have, we didn't keep any files here for this particular so stage. So again, when you check for this table also, for every table you will have emp underscore user, emp underscore user. For every table you will have a table stage area. So this one, this also table stage area is available. This is temporary area where we are going to keep file for validation, cleansing kind of activities. And one more important thing, in interview questions and certification also they will ask. So this stage is valid. It means the files which will be available in stage only 14 days, only 14 days. After that, automatically it will be removed from the stage area. Okay, so why we need to keep only 14 days? What is the mechanism behind that? We will discuss that. Now just remember, in a stage we will have only 14 days, whatever the files we are going to keep. Okay, so what we will do here, first we will, from the file, we will keep that into stage area. We will use table stage here. Then we will load the data into table, load to table. So this is the process, right? From the stage to table we are going to load. So now we are using, instead of user stage, same process what we have done in the last session, right? Same process we are going to do it here. Only the thing is, instead of user stage, we are going to use table stage. We are going to use table stage. That's it. So now let's observe this. Come to our session, table stage. In table stage, we have these files. So we have multiple files, right? We will see how to load single file, how to load multiple files. Now this file, particular file structure will be, if you open that, this is a CSV file. Normal Excel files you cannot load, right? This is CSV files. Now if you observe, these are the column names and then so data types, right? Column names and data, we have around 5 columns and data. Okay, so now let's come to this here. For example, we are taking the employee details and then so the data, right? So maybe in organization you may have different tables and then different columns. Okay, so maybe some other bank details or department details. So healthcare, like details, healthcare table will be there, or sales table will be there. Approach will be the same. Only the thing is your column names will change, data types will change based on your the file so which you are going to handle and based on your project. Now let's come to this particular file. We want to load it into Snowflake tables. If you want to load any data into our Snowflake tables, what we need to do first, we need a table here, right? To create a table, what we have to do, we need to create a structure, right? The table should be available, right? Let me open new worksheet here. So when you open new worksheet, here you have to connect it to the database and then schema, database and schema. Now, like this, you can open, see this another worksheet. At a same time, you can open 50 worksheets at a same time. Only 50 worksheets you can open at the same time, not more than that. Okay. Now we are in new worksheet. It has to connect it to this database and schema. For that, let's come to this particular class and then public, click on that, set as a context. Now it's connected to database and schema. Come here. Now here we need to create a table. Come to our script, how we are going to load the data. First, come this one, create a table, load file into the stage, then copy data from stage to the table. This is the process what we are going to do here. So you need to modify this according to your so database and schema. Now let's copy this one. When we are creating a table structure, here also see this one. This one is a class database public schema. If already we are connected, then no need to connect again, no need to mention again. Remove this one. Now here we are working with table stage. So I will use to easy identification table STG. We are using this by using table stage emp underscore table underscore stage. Now observe this one. Create or replace table name. These are the column names, data type. Now observe, we are creating a table. Table is created. Now table is available. When the table is available, it contains the stage area. Whenever you created a table, by default, Snowflake will create stage area in backend. Now observe this list at the rate percentage. When you mentioned at the rate percentage means that related to table stage area. emp tbl underscore stg. Observe this one. Class public table. I mentioned TAL spelling wrong. Table same way, right? Table underscore stage. Okay. Now observe this one. Stage area is available. Okay, fine. This stage is available. Now, so if you want to load the data into this table, what you need to do? In this stage area, file has to be available, right? So this particular file. So we didn't keep that particular file, whatever is available here, so into this particular stage. So first, let's copy the file path, shift, and then right click. First, you need to select the file. After that, you need to hold the shift button, then right click, copy as a path. Now come here, just mention the path here. We require this one. This is the path. Now, how you will keep the file into this particular stage area? By using put command, right? By using put command. Let's implement the put command here. Put file. This is the path, right? This is the path. So where where file is available. Now observe this one. The path from this path to where you need to load. We need to load it into the stage area. This particular stage area, right? Now observe this one. Previously what we have done in this put command, so instead of using at the rate percentage table name, we have given at the rate, so tilt, right? Then that is user stage. Now if you mention this file will be loaded into table stage area. Okay, now come to this one. If you try to run this, what will happen? UI will not support your put command. See this one? UI user interface will not support your put command. To overcome this, so what we need to do? So we have to execute this particular command in u CLI command line interface. We have to do that, right? So we have to execute this in the command line interface. To execute this in command line interface, so what we have to do? First we need to connect, right? Then only we can able to execute it. Otherwise it is not possible. Now let's observe this, what exactly we are doing here. Come to uh, CMD, click on this. Now what we need to do? Snow SQL space minus a account space, and then so your account details. The Snowflake account is, you have to copy it from here to here. Control C, come here, and then right click. See this one, Snow SQL space minus a space. So this is the account details. Okay, don't give semicolon here when we are connecting. Just hit enter. Okay, spelling wrong. Snow, SQL space minus A space. This is the account details. Now when you hit enter, so this it will take some time, then it will connect. So when you are connecting, so it will some in some of your systems it will show some log errors. Okay, that is, so you can ignore that one. Okay, that is related to some log issues, okay, in some systems. Now let's come to this, let it connect. Once it is connected, then what you have to do, so you need to keep the file by using this copy into statement, right? So come here, we will modify this according to our table, copy into table, right? What is the table name? Here, this is the table name. Just double click, it will be copied. Then come here, copy into the table. From where? At the rate percentage stage, right? From this particular stage, you need to copy into this particular table. When you are using that, we are going to use a file format, right? So after that, we will execute. Now, but in this particular stage, we don't have anything now. It's a empty stage. Now observe this one, this one, this is a empty stage. By using put, we need to keep the file there. Now username, like 5, and then when you are typing password, it will not show anything here. Then after typing, enter. Now observe this, what it is asking, no database, no schema. You need to connect it to the database and schema. To connect to that, use database. Which database? This is our database. Here we need to give the semicolon. This is a SQL command. Use database, database name. Now it's connected to this database. So within this database, what we need to do? We need to run this put command here. Copy the put command. Only to execute this, we are connecting to CLI. That's it. Remaining everything you can able to do it in user interface. Now observe this, uploaded. The file emp1.csv has been uploaded. What is the target? employee1.csv.gz. If you observe list at the rate percentage, so this is the stage area. See this one, you can able to see the file, right? The file is available here. So in the stage area, now you can execute this copy command. Observe this. Now we can execute this copy command. Now we are doing this. When you run this file from the stage, it will be loaded into table. Now observe this one, file loaded. How many record parsed? Parsed means how many records it picked. 4 records. How many records it's loaded to the table? 4 records, right? Now if you check the data, you can check it here or you can check it from CLI also. This is the table, right? Now observe this one, the data is available. If you want to check it here, here also the same thing. Select star from table. The data is available in the table. So here, so what is the process? So what we have done? So first we created a table structure. Then we executed a put command to keep the file into this particular stage area. Then we have used a copy command. This is the same process, but we have used table stage area. Previously, we used user stage area. User stage restricted to one user to another user. But so when you can use a table stage. In table stage also, when we are working with table stage area, other tables, other tables cannot use this stage file. It's restricted to, in simple words, you can tell that it is restricted to other tables. Whatever the file you are going to keep it in stage area, other tables cannot able to use. That is the main intention behind table stage. Suppose, so let's create another table here. See this one, underscore test. What we are doing, we are creating another table name with same data types. Same column names and data types are same structure basically. When you create another table, observe this one, we have another table with the same column names, right? Both are same. We can load the file. Now already file is available in this particular stage area, right? So we can load directly. Now observe, when we are executing this command, table stage underscore test, right? This is the table from where you are trying to load, from this particular stage. From this particular stage, we are trying to load it into this particular table. When you try this, now observe this one, when we are executing, what will happen? See this, access to the stage area of the table, emp table stage, with the schema of another table. This is another table, is not allowed. Another table cannot able to use this particular stage area. That is the meaning of this, right? So that's why, so it is giving the access, so permission issue, right? This is the restricted to table level. First one, user to user. This one, table to table level, right? Okay, this is clear. So now let's see what we have done here. We have loaded one file, right? Now if you observe in this, we have three files. If you have three files, or if you have five files, or if you have 10 files, or different files, how to load? How to load it into the table? Suppose now observe this. So here we will pick all three files and then we will load it into our stage area. To do that, what we will do is come here. Instead of this particular thing, what we will do is when you run this, it will pick only one file, right? Okay. Here, employee one, employee star I will give. If you give star, what will happen? Whatever is starting with employee, it will pick. After that, so if you have one, two, or whatever name, dot CSV, it will pick all the files from this particular path and it will load it into this stage area. If you have 10 files with starting with employee, it will pick all the files. How many files we have here? Three files. Three files it will pick and then it will load it into stage. But one thing, employee one file, if you observe, this file is already available in our stage area, right? This file is already available in stage. Now when you execute this, when you run this, observe this one. What happened? Employee 1, employee 2, employee 3. All the three files it picked from the source, nothing but this particular path. When it is loading, observe the status, skipped. First file is skipped. Remaining two are loaded. Why this happened? Because it will check already if the file is already available. Employee1.csv file already available here. That particular file, it won't load. It won't load duplicate files. Understand, right? It is not going to load the same files one more time into the stage area. That's why it skipped. Now, one more thing, if you observe, see this one. If you observe this again when you are trying to load, all the files are skipped because all the three files already available in the stage. If you check list at the rate percentage mp table stage, see this one, three files is available. it is showing the dates timestamp also, right? Date and timestamp. And then these are the MD5 functions. Just observe this. Each and every MD5 function is a unique value. It's a unique value. We will come to this later again. Okay. So what you are doing now, right, in the CLI. So this is the main important topic in our Snowflake. Once you understand this, remaining everything is very easy, guys. So whatever the topics we are going to discuss next sessions, right? So all these things are very easy. So when we understand these things and when you practice these things, that's why first this is the base. We have to understand this. Remaining again after next class. So in the named stage we will discuss. After that, again no need to come to this CLI. Don't worry about this. We will not come to this and then we will not execute this. Only when you required, when you want to implement put, then only will come here. For other functionalities and the other topics, so we will not come to CLI. So from the so next is so after validation error, remaining all the topics, all the sessions from the table types to till end, so we will not come to here again, but we need to understand how the data load happening, what is the mechanism behind, what is the MD5 function, what is this put will do, if you execute the same thing, what it will do, how it will skip the files, how it will store the files in the backend. All these things very important. Now if you observe, when the file loaded, target compression, see this one, zip file. That's why if you observe the target file name here, employ1.csv.gz. Now how many files we have here? Three files. Now if we execute this copy command again, what will happen? Already emp employ1.csv file, already it is loaded. See this one? Sorry, already that particular file has been loaded into the table. In this table, if you observe, say this 4 records we have. If you try to load with this command one more time, let me copy it here. You can run it here or you can run it here. Now observe this one file loaded, right? That particular file, it will skip. Remaining files it will load. If you want to pick all the files, if you want to pick all the files, just copy into the table from the stage, then we will give the file format. See this one. What happened? Did employ one file loaded? No, it skipped the file, but the file is available here in the stage, but it didn't pick that particular file because already this file has been loaded into the table. Now all the files loaded from this stage, all the files loaded into this particular table, right? Now check this one, select star from table, employee table stage. See this one, all the files from the three files, each and every file have around 4 records. So you can able to see around 12 records here. So all the files has been loaded to this particular table. Now if you run this one more time, if you want to go to previous command, just press up arrow. See this one, right? So it will come to or down arrow, right? It will go to the previous command. Now execute it one more time. What happened? Copy executed with 0 files processed. What it is telling? 0 files processed. It means this copy executed, but it didn't process any files here. It didn't process any files because already the files has been loaded to the table. That's why it is not allowing, right? So this is, so one thing what we need to remember, this is a backend mechanism what it will follow. So when it is loading the file into the stage area, so we are not going to worry about that, whether it is copying duplicate files or not, whether it is loading to the tables the same file or not. Based on MD5 function, it will decide. Now we have the files, right? Okay. Generally, what we will do is, whenever the file is available in the stage, once it is loaded to the table by using the copy command, we will remove the files from this stage area. Now observe the occupied size here. Each and every file has been occupied 144 KB something, right? When it is occupied the stage area, whatever it is occupied, for that Snowflake will charge from the users. If you observe, come here, come to account. By using account admin role only, you can able to see this. Other roles cannot able to see the account. Come to account, click on usage. Here, observe the average storage usage. See this one for the databases, whatever it is available. So tables, views, and everything it will be charged. It is calculating the storage. For the stage, stage means where we are keeping the files, the stage area, user stage, named stage, and then table stage. These are the stage areas. So for that also it is calculating. So what is the size? See this one, it is calculating. So today also it will show you. So now next fail safe, that is a, so next concept in time travel, we will discuss that. It means what we are trying to so understand here is the stage, whatever the stage, so we are created, and then whatever the files we are keeping into the stage area, it is going to be charged for the storage, right? For that, once the file has been loaded, then what we need to do is, so once the file loaded into the table, we have to remove these files. Once it is removed, so it will not contain any like history here. Now observe this, to remove rm, and then what is the stage, list at the rate this one, this is the stage area, right? At the rate percentage stage. So this one, all the files has been removed. So because already we have loaded these files into the table, we don't require again, right? If you require, then we will keep list. If you observe again, rm means remove, list means it will show the list of the files. See this one, the files is not available, files is not available here. Okay, so this is the one of the best practice what we will do. Now next come to, so another thing what we have done, we have loaded all the files. Okay, if you load, how to load specific columns, we will see that. So to load specific columns means, okay, let me tell you some scenario here. Now when you are creating a table, so this, when we are creating a table structure, come to the worksheet. We'll create a new table, emp3 or emp underscore specific columns. Okay, how to load specific columns, SC. Just I have given SC. Specific columns means, if you observe how many columns we are creating here, employee ID, name, salary, only three columns, right? Only three columns we are creating here, not all the columns. Okay, when you are creating only three columns, but in your file, whatever the file, it is available here. How many columns we have? Five columns. When you keep this file into this particular stage area, what will it contain? Five columns only. But when you are loading the data to the table, how many you need to load? Only three columns. How to implement this? It's very simple. Just let's create a table. Observe this. I hope everyone understand the requirement. In a file, you have five. In a table only, we need to load three columns. When you use copy command, in this particular stage, stage, it will contain the file with five columns. In the table, we need to load, we need to load to the three columns to the table. Then how to handle this? Now observe this. We created a table, specific columns. See this one, employee underscore sc. Okay. When you created a table, this one will have table stage, right? List at the rate percentage empsc. When you check this, stage will be there. What we need to do? We need to load the file into this particular stage. Whatever the file you want to load. For that, what we have to do? We need to use a put command. This from the same stage, we will pick any one file from here, two or three, anything, and then we are going to load it into emp underscore sc. We are trying to pick one file. We are keeping into this particular stage area. Now observe this. Come here and then run this. We'll keep the file into this stage. Now in this particular stage, the rate percentage emp underscore sc specific columns, the file is available. Now one thing you need to observe, previously also we have loaded employee3 file. What is the md5 function for this? Observe this one, 89d44, right? 89d44 in the last. Observe this one, md5 function. This is completely different. If you are loading same file one more time into that, once after deleting the files in the stage area, then it will consider new file. Suppose if I delete this now, and then if I again it load, again it will be a new md5 function will be generated. It means every time when you are loading, new md5 function will be generated. Okay, so but the same file. So if you for same file or if you different file also, new md5 function will be generated if the file is not available in stage area. If the file is not available in stage, so that we need to remember. Okay, so now, so let's come to this one. So how to implement this? We'll see that it's very easy. Now let's just a minute. So what we have done, the file is available in stage. If you want to copy, what we will do generally here, show you, copy into, we will execute this, right? We will execute this command, we will change the table names. So copy into table, right? SC from this stage, right? We will do that. When we do this, what will happen? Just observe. What is the error it is going to throw? Run this. Observe this one. What it is telling? Number of columns in file 5, right? How many columns we have in a file? 5. So corresponding table 3. It is telling that clearly in a file you have 5 columns, but in your table we have only 3 columns. It is not possible to load. So that's the meaning of this, right? That's why it is throwing this error. To overcome this, what you need to do is, so in a copy command, you will do small changes here from stage. When you are picking from the stage, in the stage, so in the table we have 3, stage we have 5. Instead of picking all the columns, you can pick specific columns like this. Observe this one, the same copy command. Instead of this, you will give select $1, $2, $3 from emp underscore the rate percentage emp underscore sc, and we are giving a alias name here. It means alias name means this particular table alias name is t. Okay, so when you have this, then we are telling that here in this command, select from this particular stage column 1, $1. Again, from this particular stage $2. $3. It means column 1, column 2, column 3. How many columns we need to pick? Those many columns we can pick it from the stage area. This is another way when you want to pick only the specific columns. Now, if you run this, observe this one, what will happen? Now it will load, right? Now it's loaded only 3 columns here. Now just check the data here. When you preview data, you can see only employee ID, name, salary. But only one thing is, before implementing this, you need to know what all the columns you need to pick it from the stage area. What all the columns you need to load it into the table. Without this, it is not possible. You need to know the exact column names, and then what is the particular the number in your file. Is it a column 1, column 2, column 3? So which one we need to load it into table? This is one way. And another thing, previously when we are discussing, 3 files is there. When you run this, all the 3 files loaded into stage, right? Whatever the 3 files is available here, it's loaded, right? These 3 files loaded into this particular table from the stage area when you do that, when you are doing this. But if you want to load specific files, then I don't want to load all the files. I want to load specific files. Then it's very simple. What you can do is, in the command, see this one, pattern, pattern, right? Pattern equal to, this is the syntax. What we will do is, the pattern exactly, where is the stage area? Let's pick this one, this one. We'll give like this. See this one, pattern equal to, so within the single quotes, dot star, this is the syntax, the employee3.csv, then it will pick only this particular file. Now if you want to pick other files also, for example, so with a different name, if it is available, again after that you will give, for example, comma, again you will give the specific file name. I want to pick employee6 file, or whatever it may be. You will have different file name here, dept file, dept.csv.gz. So like this, you can mention how many files it has to load, how many files it has to pick, the number of files. If you want specific files, you can give. If you don't give this pattern, what will happen? It will try to pick all the files and then load it into the stage area from the stage. If you want to pick specific files, you can give this syntax. So that is in a pattern. We will mention that in a pattern, what are the patterns it has to pick. So within the single quotes, you will give dot star syntax and then file name. So why you are mentioning exactly csv.gz here? If you observe, see this how the file looks like here in the stage area, employee3.csv.gz, the same file name we are giving. Okay, if you want to pick different files or multiple files, so you need to implement the pattern command. So what we have discussed in this session, so now first we loaded the tables, we understand what is table stage, we loaded the files into table stage area, other tables cannot able to utilize, right? That's why whenever we are creating a table here, new table stage, we are loading into the different table stages. See this one, right? So every time when you created a table, we are using that particular table stage area. This is restricted to table. And at the same time, so we saw that how to load multiple files and then how to load the specific columns. And this we discussed that stage, whatever the files we are going to keep, the best practice is always we need to remove once the file loaded into stage. Okay, this is the, so one thing. So all, if you don't remove, it will be available 14 days in your stage area. So these are the things, just remember these things. In the next, what we will do is we will work with user stage. Now, okay, now we are in CLI, right? If you want to come out from CLI, the Snow SQL, just a type, so quit space and then quit. That's it. Then it will be come out from this particular Snow SQL. Then type exit. When you type exit, then the so snow SQL, the CLI will be so exited. This is the way how we can able to work with. In the next session also we will do the same implementation, the same approach for but using the named stage area. After this, we will see how to implement the different kind of validations like truncate columns, or we need to see how many error records available based on comparison of the table. All these things we will see that in a validation error. So, but please practice these things, whatever we are discussing. So, so on everyday basis. Okay, so then you will be very familiar so with, and then you will get a hands-on on that. Then others, so next sessions, so it's very easy to understand for you, so once we have done a practice. Any questions here from anyone?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, sir, this is regarding the previous class, like last class.
Mm-hmm.
When you were teaching about this put file
Mm,
in the user stage,
mm-hmm.
like you said, it's not going to work in the UI, right? So we have to copy and put it in the paste it in
CLI.
the
Mm,
yes, command prompt.
exactly.
And when I'm doing that in my,
Mm,
it's showing me when I'm running that command, it's showing me error. It's
mm-hmm,
saying
mm-hmm.
SQL compilation error. So
Okay, can you give me that command in the chat window,
yeah, the
if
command that
if
I
it
put.
is handy with you? Yes, if it is handy with you. And one more thing, when you copy the commands, right? So this
uh,
one, so it should not be in just so paste that in the chat window. It should not have any spaces. For example, my folder, if I create like this, let me show you. This is the everyone. So most of the persons will do the error like this. This is your
Mhm.
Snowflake, and then space, and then I will give like Snowflake files. If I give like
Hmm.
this, see this one,
Hmm.
Snowflake. After that, what I have given, the folder name I have given as a Snowflake space files. It will not work. What you have to do is you have to give the like this.
Okay.
If you created any folder like this, let me show you something. So here, so in this is a so table stage. Here, if I create a folder, new folder
Hmm.
like this, for example, Snowflake space files.
Uh-huh.
Now observe this one. This is the folder name. You should not
Yeah.
give like this. You have to give underscore. Why? Because if I pick the path of this, observe this
Yeah.
how it will come. Copy as a path. If
Hmm.
you come to this,
Hmm.
so see this one, the space, right? This will
Okay.
not work. You have to give
Okay.
underscore here
Okay.
when you created a folder. Maybe cross check this one. Have you created like this or not? What you have to do is you have to give the folder name like this underscore.
Yeah. Even
Okay,
after
can
we
you?
are copying, like,
Mm,
okay, okay, yeah, got it.
tell me.
Um, no, I mean to say when I'm like copying path, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and then I paste it.
Mm,
Uh, there is a space in between, like user
mm,
and then
mm.
slash and then like how desktop comes. So
Okay.
in yeah, in there is a
Mm-hmm.
space. So do I
Mm-hmm.
have to
Better.
like?
Yeah,
Hmm.
better don't keep so folder in the desktop. Go inside your
Mhm.
like folders directory, and then create a folder there.
Okay.
Then it will copy properly.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, fine.
We'll try and let you know again if
Try
there's a
and let me
problem.
know. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Any other questions from anyone?
Yeah, hi. Actually, we tried to load the table actually from a stage.
Mm,
So we have seen that the file got deleted automatically. We are using Mac OS.
mm.
Did anyone
So
see this
that is
behavior?
that is you are doing by using UI, user interface, right? When you are loading.
No,
Mm,
no. Like I'm trying to use that copy into the table from the stage,
mm-hmm.
and after that I tried doing the list on the stage, and I
Okay,
couldn't find the file.
one second. Maybe so you are using in that particular command. Let me tell you. So which one you are practicing? Maybe this one, right? This particular thing, when you are doing that, so you have implemented purge equal to true. Just check so whether you are implementing purge equal to true or not.
No, actually, I didn't give purge.
Just you are giving only these three.
Right.
Okay. So generally it should not be. Okay. So maybe uh, when you are checking, okay. Can you give me the command here? So only these three you are implementing or any other commands also when
Uh,
you are doing
maybe
this?
maybe what I tried is wherever you have the
Mm,
file format, right? The file
correct.
format we can define it at the time of upload as well, right? I have used it.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly. Oh,
And,
okay.
and actually, one other thing I don't see is I don't see a purge option there. I'm
Okay.
assuming
That is
that
fine.
that won't cause any
Mm,
problem.
uh. So you created a file. So and then you have so loading the data into this particular file format, the file format which you have used, right?
Right.
So when you
Right.
are using that, so you used through CLI command line interface or by using UI. Mean to
Uh,
say that,
I
see
tried.
this
No, I
one.
mean to say I tried from both the ways.
Okay. When you tried from this particular option, definitely the file will not be available in the stage area when you use this option. This option by default it will have a purge option. It will remove the file once it is loaded. If you try it from CLI, right, command line interface, then so if you without executing purge, the file will be available indefinitely in the stage area.
No, actually, what I mean is the copy into command. I tried from the
Mm.
worksheet as well as from the command line as well. That's what I mean to say from the UI. So what I can do is I can take a
No,
screenshot and
that
I'll
is a
send it.
different thing. Otherwise, I will give control to you. Could you please share your screen? We will see that. If you opened already a Snowflake. Otherwise, you can so give me the screenshots. Anything
Yeah,
is
sure.
fine.
I'll send a screenshot out maybe after this call. Okay.
Fine, no problem. I will check
Okay.
and then so I will give you the response here. Any other questions from anyone?
You like when you are loading, the table has 5 columns, but you are only selecting 3 columns, right? So the
Correct.
rest of the 2 columns will have the null data.
No, it will not load anything because in a file, how many columns we created? Only 3 columns. In the table, we created only 3 columns. From the file, it is picking, it will pick only 3 columns. Because the table
But
structure is like that. Observe this one.
oh,
I will
okay,
tell you. See this ID, name, salary. Only three only we have, right? We
okay,
don't have other columns here. We didn't create it itself. See this one? ID, name, salary. We don't have location. We don't have this one. Another
oh,
column, right?
yeah.
Mm, okay. And I can see in the chat window, Shalini is asking, I want to know where I can practice. Okay, Shalini, you can check the previous recorded sessions. So there I guide you how to create a trial account. Maybe in sixth session or fifth session, I think. So you can check the recorded sessions. So you will get one clear idea. So how to create a trial account and how to practice this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We are loading multiple files
Mm,
in the table stage. No,
correct.
file name is same,
Mm,
uh, and if the data no file name is different,
mm,
uh,
mm,
and the data is same, then it will
mm.
upload
Yeah,
the
it will
same
upload.
data, or it will okay.
It will upload the same data. First,
So
the functionality of MD5 is it will check the file names. It will,
okay,
mm,
so same records will be
same
so data
records will be
redundancy
loaded
is
again.
there.
Yes, data redundancy will be there. So
Okay.
because the same data we are trying to load one more time. So with the different things. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, guys,
Sir,
please practice this session. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, as you said, there should not be any space. So I
Mm,
removed the
mm,
space and ran
mm.
the whatever, and
Command,
then it,
copy command.
yeah,
Mm,
command, and
mm,
but it's showing file doesn't exist.
mm. In that particular path, do you have the file?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Just a minute.
It's
I will give the control to you. Just a minute. Share your screen. I will tell you.
oh, I'm doing from a different computer actually, like
Oh,
my Snowflake is on a different
okay,
computer.
okay. Can you give me that command in the chat window?
Yeah, the one that I am using for put command, right?
Mm.
Yeah, okay. One
So where you
second.
are executing this put command in SnowSQL?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. One sec.
Others it is audible.
So if data redundancy is there, then it will be a disadvantage, no, sir?
Correct, correct. So we'll make sure that the data redundancy will not happen. Okay, so that's
Okay.
why.
So
So we will
each and
use a
every time
different
we
file.
have to check all the files.
No, no, no. Generally, what will
No.
happen is whenever the file is coming, right? So the
Hmm.
same file, the same data will not send from the source system. That is one thing. Another thing is when you are loading, we have a mechanism, streaming mechanism. So with that, so we'll so lines like 2 lines or 3 lines of code we can able to so make sure that already existing data we will not load again one more time. That
Okay.
option is there. Okay. Let me keep it here. Okay. After that, when you are giving list at the red tilt, you cannot able to see anything. That's what you are trying to tell.
No, whenever I'm running this command in
Okay.
the
Hmm.
Snow SQL, it's
Hmm.
showing me the file doesn't exist.
This file doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Okay. This is that file is available in the downloads
Yes, it is.
m1.csv.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So do one thing. So keep this file in separate folder. So here you are directly so picking it from the downloads, right? Keep
Yeah.
it in a separate folder in your desktop and then try it once. It should
Okay.
work. Okay.
Okay. Sure, I
The
will try.
command is correct only. Command is
Oh,
correct, and then so this has to so come. And then before that, in CLI you connected to Snow SQL, right? With the username
yes,
and then password.
yes, yes.
Okay. So there is
Everything was
no.
as you said from the beginning. It's just when I put this
Correct, correct.
command, it is not
Okay,
like.
good. You connected to the database also, right?
Yeah.
Use database. Okay, fine. Then perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Sometimes in some systems it will not pick directly from the downloads, also from the desktops. You have to keep it in a separate folder. Okay, then try
Mhm.
it.
Okay, sure. I'll do that and let you know if there's a problem.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Dinesh, if required, I can
Yes.
share my screen. I can show it. I can show the of actions I
Sh-
performed. Okay. So can you give me a
Just
control as first?
just a minute. I'm giving to you. Yes, I given the control to you, Bhupati. Just check.
One second.
Yeah, fine.
Seems it's not allowing me to share the screen. Maybe I have a problem. So what I can do is I can share screenshot, I guess, maybe.
Fine, no
I'm
problem.
sorry for that.
Fine, fine. No issues. Any other questions from anyone? So when you practice, so then only you will get so questions, guys. Please practice. Whoever is getting the errors, right? So please paste it in the chart window so others also can understand. So what is the errors they have done, and then so others also can guide. Okay, what exactly need to be done. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.